Hey everybody, it's Heather with Go Gamer Mole, and today we're going to talk about the Kanto Tour that just happened on Saturday, February 20th. It ran from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. local time, and it was packed full of everything you could possibly imagine. There was Kanto spawns everywhere you could possibly see. There was Kanto Pokemon in raids, there was Kanto Pokemon in research, there was Kanto Pokemon just popping up everywhere. And that was the entire point, of course, because this was the opportunity for us to celebrate the Kanto region. And what better way to do that than to release all 151 shinies available in the Kanto region. Now, of course, Shiny Mew is still in a research that we need to complete long term, and you got that after you completed the Shiny Ditto research, which was pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to getting that into my Pokédex sometime down the line. I did hear that there's a kind of a time block on the second part for, I think, 30 days. You have to capture a Pokemon or catch a Pokemon every day for 30 days. So that's not a big deal. But we will get it, and I will have that on a video in the future. So today I want to talk about what the event was, how we did, and kind of, talk a little bit about my feedback on the event. So let's go ahead and talk about what the event was. Now, I'm sure everyone is aware that it was a ticketed event. It was $11.99 here in the United States, and it gave you the opportunity to pick either the red version or the green version. And this, of course, is based on the original mainline game that came out back in the day. I have not had a chance to play any of those games, so this is a totally new thing for me in terms of picking a particular version to get particular Pokemon. So it was really kind of cool to do that. So John and I, because we have multiple accounts, decided to go ahead and pick both versions, and how we did that was I got the green version of the Kanto Tour, and he got the red. And so my three accounts, all green team, and he was the red team. So it worked out really well. There were certain Pokemon that you got on Incense only that the other person did not get, or the other version. There was a bunch of Pokemon that you had boosted shiny rates on based on your version of the game as well, or of the tour, I should say. So I thought it went really well. The spawns were awesome, and we definitely got some really boosted shinies, which we'll go over in a little bit. Now, one of the main components of the Kanto Tour was obviously the collection challenges. So there were 10 collection challenges that you had during the event. A lot of them you can still complete during the Kanto Celebration event that's going on after Kanto Tour right now. Some of them you needed to kind of complete right then. One of them was a timed research in which you battled the Go challengers that are other fellow trainers who submitted and won the contest to battle you, just like you would battle a Team Rocket Grunt out there in the wild, I guess you could say. They were pretty good. They weren't too hard to beat. It was fun to challenge other players. They weren't actually fighting you, just their avatar and their team of Pokemon. Some people had all Pikachus. One person had all Pikachus. One person had different evolutions of Eevee. One had Snorlax in it. So it was like, a little bit different, and it was something unusual, and it was neat that they did it. The only thing was they were like everywhere, and every time you tried to click on something, they would be right there. So yeah, I kind of wish after you finish the time research you could just shut it off, because that's pretty much the only reason why you were doing them, because they gave out some rewards like balls and stuff like that, but you didn't get a Pokemon encounter like you would with a Team Go Rocket Grunt. So that was one of the challenges there, and that I got out of the way right away because it was timed and you had to finish it before the end of the event. One of the other things that has been some sort of a contention point for a lot of people was the raid collection challenge, and it featured the legendary Pokemon that were available, which is Mewtwo, Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos, and it also featured the four regional Pokemon that were in the raids, which was Farfetch'd, Tauros, Kangaskhan, and Mr. Mime. Now, it wasn't really explicitly said that you had to do the regionals during that time frame, and I've heard that Niantic is going to do something to kind of make up for that, because a lot of people did not do the raids because in the section itself said you had 8 days to do it. So it was kind of not clear To me, whenever Niantic gives you free passes, which they did, they gave us 9 free raid passes to use that day. It usually is that you're going to need to use them all that event on that day, because you can't stockpile free passes. So, but anyway, we got that part done. And the only thing we kind of saved until later on was the evolve portion, where you evolved all of the Pokemon in the Kanto region that could evolve to complete the Evolve Collection Challenge. And you could do that at any point in time, as long as you got it done before the end of the 8 days, which is still going on right now. Now, one of the other things that people were kind of upset about was the trading challenge. And I know some people, they had gotten, everyone had the same team, so they couldn't trade the ones that they were, from the other. So, like, if they were all red, they couldn't trade with the green unless they found a green person otherwise. Some people just couldn't trade because of things going on with the pandemic and some other stuff that's happening. Or they just don't like to trade, or they don't really have a lot of, they're a solo player. They play them, they don't really go out in big groups, or they don't go on Discord, or they don't do other stuff like that. There was a lot of confusion with that. And this is how I look at it. If you weren't able to trade with somebody, and you still have time to do that, that's still going on through the 8 days. The only thing you're really missing out on is your collection medal. I know a lot of people like to complete everything. I really don't know what to say. I mean, these are collection challenges, so there is a possibility you might not complete something. And I have not completed, in the past when we had the Shadow Snover that we had to get, I did not get it completed on my 3rd account because I just couldn't find it. So I'm actually a medal behind if you look at it that way. But it's not a big deal to me because I still enjoy playing the game and having fun. So anyway, so we talked about those couple of collection challenges. You also had one for drawing the Pokemon off your particular incense for your different version, which was easy to do. And then you had research, which is what gave you your shiny Ditto. So as you completed the research and captured the Pokemon within that, you completed that particular collection challenge. Now, one of the cool things they did do is they had 5 cities, if you want to call it that, or regions that you went through into the hours. So you had the first 5 hours, they repeated, and then the last 2 hours of the event, it was a free-for-all for all the Pokemon that were featured in those hours. And they were actually part of the collection challenge as well. So when you had Pallet Town, you had a group of Pokemon that you needed to catch for that challenge, and they spawned like crazy. You had Pewter City, Cerulean City, Fuchsia City, and the Pokemon League. I thought it was great, and they also featured special music from the game, the original game, that correspond with that particular city. So that was pretty cool to hear that in the background. And also it was really super easy to catch the Pokemon. So all that being said, I think, it was a pretty good event. And I'll show you how great it was for John and I. So let's go ahead and do our special Mole vs. Wife Kanto Tour edition coming up right now. Okay, so for my shiny breakdown for the Kanto Tour, I got 2 Bulbasaur, 2 Charmander, 2 Weedle, 1 Pikachu, 5 Sandshrew, 10 Meowths, an Abra, 4 Bellsprout, 2 Psyduck, 1 Nidoran male, 2 Vulpix, 3 Onixes, 2 Executes, 2 Hitmonchans, a Ghastly, 4 Coughings, 1 Horsey, 3 Magmars, 3 Dittos, because of the multiple accounts, 2 Magikarps, 3 Eevees, 3 Dratini's, an Ammonite, a Squirtle, and I managed to get an Articuno from one of the raids. So my grand total for the Kanto Tour is 62 shinies. Alright, so let's go over John's total amount of shinies for the Kanto Tour. So he got 2 Bulbasaur, 1 Weedle, 1 Pidgey, 9 Ekans, 6 Pikachu, 1 Nidoran female, 14 Oddishes, 3 Diglets, 9 Mankeys, 4 Growliths, 3 Ponytas, a Shelder, 2 Lickitungs, a Rhyhorn, 5 Electabuzz, a Ghastly, a Drowsy, a Krabby, 3 Hitmonlee, 2 Scyther, 5 Magikarps. He got 3 shiny Dittos because of our multiple accounts, 2 Eevees, 2 Kabutos, and 2 Dratini for a grand total of 84 shinies. Alright, as you can see, I got thoroughly beaten in this event by John, so he is definitely the winner of the Kanto Tour 2021. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about the Kanto Tour. Some people complained about the price of the ticket for $11.99, and I thought it wasn't a bad price at all. In fact, like, I had to buy it for all 3 of my accounts because I chose to. You know, no one is forcing you to play the game. You play it because you want to have the experience, or you want to collect something, or you want to do something. I mean, that's how it is with anything that you do in a game or a hobby or any of those sort of things. The stuff that they gave you, the incense, the passes, the balls, the stardust pieces, incubators, all the different things that you got throughout the day, throughout the different challenges, throughout the research, more than made up for the $11.99. So, to me, I thought it was definitely worth it. If they offer anything for like Johto or Hoenn or any of the other regions, I am down for it as well, because it was really awesome. I feel like the event went very smoothly. We didn't really have any technical difficulties, maybe a little lag in the beginning, but way better than it was for GoFest. I know there was a situation where people who hadn't bought the pass got a free pass, basically, to do the Kanto Tour, and Niantic is going to make that up to the ticket holders. I really wasn't too worried about it, honestly. Mistakes do happen, but okay, I'll take a makeup day and get more shinies, so I can't really complain about that. And in terms of some of the challenges and stuff, I know a lot of people, like, they kind of just want to open their game and they just want to go and play, and that's it. But this was kind of one of those things where you might have wanted to do your research ahead of time. And there are numerous resources on the internet that you could go to find out different things. You could go to Reddit, you could go to Cerebi, you could go to LeakDuck, you could go to Game Press, you could go to all over the place. Even if you're not going to those particular sites, people that constantly are posting on Instagram and Twitter infographics about all the different things of what is coming up with these events. And with something as large as this that we were planning on for months and wanting to know how this was going to pan out, because we wanted to get a shiny Snorlax, or we wanted to get a shiny Ditto, and we heard there was going to be all these collection challenges, which is why they were introducing the collection challenges with each event, getting us ready for this. I would think a little bit of research would have helped a lot of people understand what they were getting into. Now, some stuff we didn't know until the last minute. Some stuff was released maybe a week or so before. Like, for instance, for the Mew research, you need to be level 40. I don't think that's really asking too much. I think it's pretty awesome that you hit level 40 and you're going to get the quest because you had bought the ticket. I know people will get it eventually down the line anyway, because you got to remember, when you're doing stuff like this and you're getting advanced research on stuff, that's what it is. You're getting an advanced look, an advanced ability to do the research. It's not that it's a paywall and blocking people. Just like with the Galarian Mr. Mime. Yeah, I bought the ticket. I had fun. I felt it was worth the value. It's an experience. Will people get him down the line? Of course. And they might even have to pay for him. More likely they won't pay for him, because it's not something that you're not paying for a Pokemon. You're paying for the experience. And I think a lot of people forget that. So, you know, the game is what you make of it. You play it the way you want to play it. You do what you want to do. And that's it. If you want to be a free-to-play player, go for it. You know, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to do some stuff, but it is a little bit more satisfaction probably by not spending any money on the game. If you're people like, you know, a lot of the YouTubers that do content creation, they're going to buy a bunch of stuff, and they're going to, you know, and they're going to participate in all these things. I do this, and I'm a content creator, but I'm not getting any sort of money right now. I don't have enough subscribers and enough views, so I'm just doing this because I want to do it. And I think that's good enough for me, because it's the personal thing, you know? So there's been a lot of negative out there, but there's been a lot of positive too. And I just want to say, I think that this event, in my opinion, based on the previous GoFest, was a lot better. I felt it was a lot more structured. I liked the amount of spawns that we were getting, and I felt that it flowed really well. Even though it was, you know, one day, 12 hours, as opposed to 2 days, 10 hours each. So, anyway. So, what are your thoughts on the Kanto Tour? How did you guys do? Did you get all the shinies that you desired? Did you miss out on anything? Are you still working on some of the collection challenges during the week? Because we do have the Kanto Celebration Tour going on right now. Put all those down in the comments down below. And then, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Make sure you hit the bell icon so when I upload another video, you'll be able to find it. And the next one is going to be for the Kanto Celebration, which is pretty cool. And then I know there's some stuff that's coming up in March, which is going to be dealing with some legendaries. And the seasons are going to change, so I'm looking forward to see how that goes. I'm, again, hoping to get eggs with Gibble for Easter. It'd be cool. So don't forget to follow us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GoGamerMole. And then that's just about it for this video. So I will see you guys in the next one.